Back to the one Celtic fans view tonight. It's getting a bit chilly out there. Anyway, good evening and welcome back to the channel. Myself is Baz and I'm the host of One Celtic Fans View. But the channel is all about getting as much interaction from you, the Celtic supporters. Yes, on beach. No, I wasn't at the beach. I was actually, if you must know, I was watching a YouTube video. I was watching a YouTube video and I was logged into a different channel and I was like, oh fuck, look at the time. Look at the time, it's 9 o'clock. And I was doing some research for work. I need to get back to doing some stuff online. But anyway, I'll say good evening to everyone who's in the house. Why are we waiting? Sevco's liquidating. Don't start singing the night, Baz. Would we sign St Mirren striker who gave us a tough time last Saturday? No, because I'm going to get right into the news. Mathias Kvistgaarden, who was... And now this explains everything. It explains everything when it comes to the last transfer window. And the fact that Brøndby stuck a big 14 million price tag on the head of Matthias. But it came to light that this summer, and this is why Celtic went, nah, we're going to hold off. And you've got to remember, Matthias is only 22 years old. And it's like we've been after him for forever. And he's still only 22-year-old. He can play on the left, he can play on the right, and he can play through the middle. As we know, he has scored. He's played 19 games in the league this season. He's scored 11 goals and he's had 4 assists. In the Champions League qualifiers, he played 3 games. He scored 2 goals and 1 assist. And then in the cup, in his country, he's had 4 appearances, 2 goals. So, it's not a bad goal ratio. It's not a bad goal ratio for a young player. We're not going to put him in the same category as Kyogo Furuhashi or Dyson Maeda, who are like six years older than him. But he's a player that Celtic have had an interest in for some time. Now, there is a clause in his contract, it's been said tonight. There's a clause in his contract that says he can go for around about £8 million this summer. Hence the reason that when Brøndby says we want 13.5 million in January, Celtic went, nah, you're having a laugh, man. You're having a laugh. Not a chance. We'll wait till the summer. And the price drops to the region of 8 to 10 million being spoken about. So and you know that's Celtic's way. You know that Celtic would rather go, do you know what, we'll just wait till the summer. Lorna Gallagher's got the electric blanket on. It's all about value for money, and I think that Celtic will make sure that, and at that point as well, he's only got 2 years left on his contract. When he's got more than 2 years left on his contract, they're going to try and get that higher price. But seemingly there's a clause in the contract that says when it gets to the 2 year mark, there's a clause in the contract, if anybody comes in for a bid between 8 to 10 million pounds, 8 to 10 million pounds, that seems to be the trigger that Celtic are waiting on this summer. And he is a player that Brendan Rodgers has been after for some time at Celtic. Anyway, Jota has been talking about the Glasgow derby. He's been reflecting on what makes it so special and why it remains one of the defining experiences in any footballer's career. He says, like, I've heard people say this before, but when you get the opportunity to be involved in this game, it's something quite different. And here's a question. Has Jota ever played with away fans? I know there was 750 away fans, wasn't there? It was a reduced allocation. So this will be one of the biggest away allocations that Jota's had as a Celtic player. He's had plenty of experience, his first time at Celtic, and he'll be 32 the time we buy him, says Jamesy Boy, talking about Matthias. Gemma, have you popped yet? Or are you waiting until tomorrow? Just seen Gemma in the comments there. Have you popped, or are you still hanging on? Is it D-Day tomorrow? Good morning, Baz. Good morning, Baz. Anyway, the fact that Jota's been talking about his exploits in the game that's coming up this weekend and how he thinks it's fantastic, and he's been enjoying the boys getting back together. He's like getting the band back together, and I'm still waiting on Gemma getting back, saying if she's holding on. If I just put her into labour. I don't do that to anybody, really, wouldn't I? Anyway, when it comes to the game this weekend, when it comes to the Celtic Rangers game, frustrated Rangers lead Celtic Park. Oh, here we go. The Sevco's doing. I've not been on Twitter. Statement FC. Rangers supporters, information for Old Firm fixture at Parkhead. Defiance. This is the Rangers statement that they've put out this evening ahead of a return of away supporters for this Sunday's Old Firm fixture. I wonder how many times they'll say Old Firm in their article. Rangers having engaged in discussions with Celtic FC and the relevant authorities to ensure safe and organised experience for travelling supporters. Fucking kettle them and put them in a box and blow the fucker up. We understand that arrangements in place will require planning and patience for those attending, and we appreciate that the commitment from our supporters in the following guidance provided. Entry and exit. We all know about your entry and exits. Safety advice is issued for the forthcoming fixture. You must have a valid match ticket, blah, blah, blah. East side of the Emirates Stadium. Enter via Springfield Road for 10 a.m, where will be escorted across London Road to the designated away turnstiles, which will open for the time the supporters must arrive no later than 10:30. Those arriving after this time may face delays and risk a missing kickoff. Actually, there's a video that I did. I'll get it up before the end of it. Wait a minute. I need to go back into the comments. Oh my God! Congratulations, Gemma. Congratulations. And now you're kicking around on YouTube a day later. Fucking Wayne. It's a fucking Wayne. It's fucking Peen Pods. Absolutely brilliant. Congratulations to Gemma. We have a new heir to the throne. Baby Mark made an appearance yesterday at 8:33 a.m. That's good. Because usually, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but usually hear about subscribers and people that watch the channel passing away, sadly, old age and illnesses or whatever. So it's fantastic for it to go full circle and have it. It's the first birth on the channel. Oh, fucking, that's brilliant. It's their first birth on the channel. It's like a proper family, isn't it? It's like a proper family now. Absolutely brilliant. Congratulations to Gemma and hubby, of course, who just stood there, just doing nothing, just like all men do. But anyway, congratulations to Gemma, and hope the baby is nice and healthy. And you're just over a day and a bit later, you're back on YouTube listening to me. That's bizarre. It's absolutely bizarre, but it is what it is. Not looking forward to see Trusty or Scales in that defence on Sunday. Anyone notice how better we've played when McGregor has subbed? We'll talk about that in a minute. The one Celtic fans view CHC as a new member. Yep. Joseph, what is it? New subscriber, congratulations. Get his channel made. Get his channel. What's Joseph doing? He's just shouted Baz. which means he's probably commented, and it's like I've got time to read every comment. Trying to scroll jokes. Nope. He's just congratulating. What are you on about, Joseph? Anyway, I'm going to go off the comments for a minute. You should be Godfather, but has not a chance. Fucking Godfather. My God. Don't put that kind of pressure on us. Jesus. Maybe the Codfather. Yeah, Godfather, not Goodfather. Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. Anyway, let's get back to this statement that the Sevco have put out. We understand that early arrival to this game may be inconvenient for some supporters, and we share the frustration this may cause. The club made representations for it to be later, but we have been advised that it's not possible on safety grounds by arriving to... Listen, I don't know what they're greeting about. It was always the case that with the reduced capacity, they always came from... They park further down from where the Celtic buses park. They park away further down at the bottom, and then they get frog marched up the road. There's chance for skirmishes all over the place. So, but anyway, the arrangements have been agreed upon between Celtic and Police Scotland. We fully expect that safety of our supporters were prioritised. We expect our supporters to be... They're the fucking animals. We don't care what the animals say. Anyway, there is a possibility that post-match holdback will be for approximately 25 minutes. And so there should be. It should be for half an hour. They should be kept back, just like in European games, the fans are kept back for at least half an hour to allow all the Celtic fans to get on their merry travels away, get to the bus park, and for then the buses to be away out the vicinity. Half an hour is usually long enough, and then they can be kettled all the way down to their bus park. Simple as that. If they want to play big game billies, let them be treated like a big game and in a European context, and keep them in after the game. As far as I'm concerned, the Walking Dead are never happy. No, they're never happy. They are never happy. I'm just going to jump back into the comments. Congratulations to you, Jenna. Hope you're both well. Says Paradise Founts. Giles says, hey, well, Baz, congratulations to Gemma. It's a pure close family on this channel, full of great people. It is. It's her first. You always remember your first. So I will always remember this, Gemma. I mean, I remember the first time I got told that a subscriber or somebody that watched the channel passed away. And it kind of affects you in a funny way. It's like, you know, you don't mentally prepare yourself for that kind of thing. Especially when you see names coming up on an ongoing basis, and then to find out that they've passed, and then for their dearly beloved to come on and say, look, he loved your channel, or they loved your channel, and you know, it was thank you for the bright bit of daylight that you brought into the life. And I'm like, it's just me, it's not me. But to have the first baby on the channel, God, that's mental. That's pure like mental. Cry me a river zombie, says Paul Baird. Another billion shares issued from Skintco. Yep. Lots of congratulations, as there should be, for Gemma and the baby. They should have kept the zombies out, says Paul. Should keep them back till 6 o'clock. Phil Clement. Clement is in the house. Gemma, it's true, you need the kid after me after all that hard work. Let's go. P45ers, jelly and ice cream inbound again. And then that skint again. I've not been looking at any other stuff, to be fair. It's not a birth, Baz, not a death. It's a birth, Baz, not a death. Yeah, I know, Jamesy boy, but I mean, there has been deaths in the past, and I'm talking about all my experiences over the years doing this channel, and it's quite bizarre the way that, I mean, even you, Jamesy boy, I mean, I've never met you, and you get kind of, you see the names coming up on a daily basis, and it's a nice little family. And now we've got our firstborn into the family. Gemma says, thanks everyone, it means a lot, it does that. Lorna Galaxy says, yeah, that was tough, Baz, but happy news from Gemma. It's absolutely brilliant news for Gemma. I will need to go and tell the hand of God we've had our first baby on the channel. She's like, what the fuck is he talking about? Oh Jesus, first time Rangers died, it did not affect me, Lope. And me neither. Welcome to the channel, Mark. Anyway, that's my sister's man's name. Anyway, there we go. Right, see, now I'm totally lost. Anyway, the Sevco are just supporters with specific access requirements and colours to contact Disability Matters at Rangers.co. That'll be the whole supporters then. Supporters buses, Rangers buses and coaches will be parked on Springfield Road, away the supporters should arrive in sufficient time as the walk to the stadium takes around about 10 minutes. Supporters are encouraged to arrive at the Emirates for 10 a.m. All Rangers supporters coaches should arrive via the exit at the M74 Junction 2, join Combus Lang, and in there. Private cars. Car parking in the stadium is highly restricted. Limited car parking available for supporters to park near designated coach areas on Springfield Road and London Road. Arrive early, avoid delays, ensure smooth access to the stadium. We acknowledge the inconvenience in the early arrival, but your cooperation prioritising safety. Supporters with a valid ticket will be gained entry. Be prepared for potential holdback measures post-match. They're going to keep us in, and we've beaten fucking 3-0. They're just going to sing and sing and sing, and they're not going to leave. And we're going to be... you're going to be in there for fucking about 2 hours. What do you think the score will be? We'll do that tomorrow night, Thursday night. We'll do a prediction with the scores and prediction team. Is it true that the bold CCV will be leaving Celtic? Nope, it won't. I've actually changed my mind. Somebody, I think it was Lanky, that pointed out this morning that I predicted that 3 first-team players would leave Celtic this summer. Now that Brendan Rodgers, it's came out that Brendan Rodgers has stuck a £20 million price tag on the head of Cameron Carter-Vickers to see off any suitors. £20 million is nothing to English Premiership, but it's to try and dissuade any suitors down in English Premiership for coming in for Cameron Carter-Vickers and the like. I think there may be only one first team player will leave Celtic this summer. The fact that if the winter window was anything to go by, and the fact that we've been chasing Matthias for a while, and if Celtic must have known that there was this clause in his contract for him to be available for around about £8 to £10 million in the summer. Hence the reason that Celtic went, do you know what? We'll just leave it till the summer. Joseph says, "Hail, Baz, the Celtic fans who lived in Dalmarnock. I have to cross London Road to get home. I would say for the facts, the fans are going to go home for this game." Imagine we're 3 or 4-0 up and they try and sneak in it early. That's happened before, Jamesy boy. I've been at Celtic Park before, and they've tried to get out of the stadium, and they've almost caused fights within the stadium at their own stairwell. Pardon me. Where they tried to get out, and they ended up forcing their way out because they were getting gubbed. And let's face it, they can't handle it. Access denied. Signs should be up for all zombies. It says Paul. Right, what we will do tonight, rather than talk about potential, we won't get Kvistgaarden, says Dave Morton. Do you not think so? Do you not think so? These things tend to be well planned out, and I think that get Virgil back on a free. Now I think he's going to Germany. Is it? Is Germany? I heard he was going to. I think, Dave, the Matthias one has been going on for that long that I would be surprised if it did not happen. I think that would be the fact he's only 22-year-old as well. Do you know, we talk about this player like he's been around forever, and he's not. He's still just a young player at 22-year-old. So Celtic can still get the best 4 or 5 years out of him as a player. Virgil van Dijk and Cameron Carter-Vickers, not a chance. Not a chance. Look, we've got Jota back. We're never getting Virgil van Dijk back. No way. I think his the last I read, his agent had been in Germany. In fact, I'm going to listen into, since you're all talking about it, I'm going to listen into an update. Shut up. I'll just put this on. This is an update from one of the Liverpool guys talking about, the light's a bit bright, isn't it? Talking about Virgil van Dijk and an update on his contract situation.
What is up, my friends? You are very welcome along to today's Anfield agenda. Lots more to come over the next 5 for the late night agenda, where we're going to be asking, could this Champions League exit night at A4 Newcastle available for the Carabao injury? It's up to Arne Slot. It's up to those senior players to make sure that we get over that. And of course, a cup final is a good way to get back to winning ways. So fingers crossed for a good result on Sunday. Next up, ladies and gents, we're going to talk about, well, they describe it as breaking news, but I don't think it really is. Paul Joyce has confirmed. I don't really have much more to give to you on whether he's leaning towards accepting that offer or not from Real Madrid. Does have an offer on the table from Real. Paul Joyce has confirmed that Trent Alexander-Arnold does have an offer on the table.
Who gives a fuck what Trent has?
And of course, your feedback could be most welcome. On Trent, though, let me know what you guys think here. Do you think?
Gives a
no
fuck?
idea at the moment. Genuinely, at the moment, I don't know what will happen next year. And this is the key line here. If anybody says that they do know, they're lying to your face. So there have been reports from some content creators and some journalists that those extensions have been agreed. Obviously, we know now from the man himself that's not the case.
Right.
If anybody says that at the moment, words, not a journalist, not somebody else, and that they're keeping it quiet, well, our captain last night came out and put those to bed.
Virgil van Dijk last night said this.
Not a journalist, not somebody else's, not a fan's. Virgil's own words. When asked about his future, this is what he had to say. I have no idea. I still have no idea at the moment, genuinely. At the moment, I don't know what will happen next year. And this is the key line here. If anybody says that they do know, they're lying to your face. So there have been reports from some content creators and some journalists that those extensions have been agreed. Obviously, we know now from the man himself that's not the case. Nothing has been agreed. Speaking about a contract a little bit more, Virgil said, it's not on hold, nothing on hold. There's just ... I keep saying the same thing. If there is news, you guys will know it. I don't even know myself. Everyone knows that there's some conversations behind the scenes, but that is about it. So that to me is extremely concerning. But if you then follow that on with a conversation with Virgil there with PSG president and their sporting director Nasser Al Khalifi and Luis Campos, Virgil van Dijk basically apologising to them for the "it's not League One bro" comment. But also he praised Paris Saint-Germain, saying that they were the best team they'd faced in the last 3 seasons. It concerns me, though, because I'm sure PSG would do with the world's best centre-back, and if Virgil isn't signed up by Liverpool, well, maybe PSG could be an option there with this hungrier side that they're building. And it makes me concerned as a Liverpool fan. Not at Virgil, I have no anger or frustration towards Virg. We know he wants to stay. We know Mo wants to stay. I'm seeing Mo in tears after the game last night. Well, that just brought it home to me that maybe he feels that could be his last Champions League game for Liverpool Football Club. Maybe he doesn't know, but either way, you can see the toll it was. This talented side have more to show for this season than...
fucking who cares? So that's people talking about... who's showing the Arsenal game? No, Arsenal versus PSV is 1-1. Arsenal won 7-1 the first game. Tierney playing further... Yeah, Tierney's playing left midfield tonight. Which is interesting. It is interesting. Not a chance he will come back to us. Nah, there's not a chance Virgil van Dijk will come back to Celtic. Not a chance. I mean, I don't know who put the comments in, but that's way wide of the mark. Way wide of the mark. Anyway, the big news tonight is the fact that Mathias Kvistgaarden, it looks like that he may have a clause in his contract that will release him from Brøndby for around about 8 to 10 million pounds, and this is maybe why this explains the winter transfer window. After we sold Kyogo Furiashi, and we did try to get a striker in, but it wasn't to be, and maybe this is the reason it wasn't to be, because Celtic went, nah, you're at it, we'll save ourselves around about £6 million, just be waiting till to the summer. Andy Robertson would be nice, but then you'd leave Kieran Tierney out. Andy Robertson and Kieran Tierney can't play in the same team. Stephen Chilpel is in the house. It's always good to see Chilpel's come up there. You've not missed much. The morons who are across the road are complaining that they've got to get into the ground early on Sunday, and they might be held back for 25 minutes. I say hold them back for at least an hour. The final decision on post-match arrangements will be made during the game based on safety assessments. In other words, if you're getting humped and you want out early, cheerio, cheerio, we can see you sneaking out. Will be the cry from the Celtic fans, and we'll see them fighting each other to try and get out of the stadium as fast as they can. So, tell Steve Clarke what? I'm not telling him nothing. Who cares about Steve Clarke? Anyway, the team for the weekend. What do you think the team for the weekend will be? I think that Celtic, Brendan Rodgers is going to go in, and we've spoke about it. I think it'll be the same team that started at the weekend. Do we still have that team on the screen? Or has that been... Yeah, there's the team there. So I think it'll be the same team that starts this weekend. It'll be Schmeichel, Johnson, Carter, Vickers, Trusty and Sloop. McGregor, Engels, Hatate in the midfield. Jota, Kuhn and Dyson Maeda. With Taylor on the bench, Adam Ida on the bench, Yang on the bench, McCowan on the bench, young Johnny Kenny on the bench, Dane Murray and Anthony Ralston, who is the one and only Scotland player from Celtic to get called up to the international squad, and Sinas Allo will be on the bench as always. So I think that will be the exact same team this weekend. And I'm not going to talk negatively about anybody, because I think that we all know that this is a game that the players will need to be at least 100% up for to make sure that we get the desired result. What is the amount of points of team have won the league by? I think give me 2 seconds. In fact, I wonder if I can ask. What's 2016-2017 season, Celtic Football Club finished the season on 160 points, 30 points ahead of second placed Aberdeen. That was the biggest and highest points gap in Scottish football history. It also set a European record of points total in a top flight season. And there you go. The record highlights the dominance of both of Celtic. So it was Celtic in 2016-2017, finished on 106 points and 30 points ahead of second placed Aberdeen at the time. So there you go, there's your answer to that. Big Des is driving but listening to Aberbash. 106, Diane says, yeah, I've just said it. 3-1, Kuhn, Jota, Dyson, the scorers. You know what's strange, Basmate, is Lagerbielke just called up for Sweden. But he's been playing absolutely phenomenal. And he was in the Sweden squad before he came to Celtic. Gustav Lagerbielke was the best defender in the country. He was the best defender in the country before he came to Celtic. Can you see Hatate score and says Jamesy boy? Potentially, but no. There's a possibility, but then no. I think if I was to say for Rio Hatate to score in this game, I would say 75. Let's do a poll on it. Let's do a poll. I'd say about 75% chance. Start again. Try to type too fast. There we go. Second time lucky, as they say. Can you see Hatate scoring this weekend? Yes or no? There it goes, the poll. Big Bruce says Lager was hardly even given a chance. Disgraceful the way he's treated. Yeah, I think so as well. Big Bruce, I thought he was a player that was going to grow into the position, and for going from being the best defender in the league to just not clicking at Celtic and not really giving the chance. He scored in the Champions League with the head. He scored a header in the Champions League when defenders weren't scoring at all. Nobody had scored for about 2 years with the head in the Champions League, defender-wise anyway. And he came in and did it, and he wasn't given the chance. Just wasn't given the chance. Let me see how this poll is going. 57 votes in. Can you see Hatate scoring this weekend? 55% say yes, 45% say no. Interesting one. And there's been over 1,317. Anyway, Rodgers slapping a 20 million price tag on Cameron Carter-Vickers. It has been said it's going to be an ugly Ferguson-led war zone on Sunday. 2 reds at least. I think they're right. Lorna says, Baz, maybe, he's due a goal. He's due a goal, Lorna. Rio Hatate's got it in his locker that last shot that he took. I mean, we know that Callum McGregor can take a shot from outside the box, and he sometimes gets a wild one. But the one that Rio Hatate hit at the weekend, it would have been better taking up rugby. Calmack's going to score soon. Yeah, he's going to. I think there's more chance of Calmack scoring this weekend than there is. It was Brendan Rodgers that didn't give him a chance. It was Brendan Rodgers that ultimately didn't sign him, though, Paul. Do you know, that was, when you look back at that summer, and rumours McGregor's injured. If he is, that justifies the video that I did the other night, and saying that if he's not 100% fit, would you drop him? I'm just putting that out there. That I got a lot of stick that you should never drop Callum McGregor. Never drop him. He's our captain. If it turns out that he's not fit enough for this weekend's game, I stand corrected. I stand to be proven correct. That it was right. Greg Taylor's going to score last minute winner. Not a chance. Jesus. Parkhead boys on it. Hatate scored a screamer against Hearts and followed it with, he's retracted that. Bruges have had a man sent off. Who cares? Suffered a hamstring injury. But the summer's not on. The summer's months away. Tangerine Breeze. Was he injured this weekend? Oh, so he was. 1 day ago. Set to miss the final league games of the season. What a shame. Just get him fit in time for coming to Celtic. Four weeks ago. There's only one story running it. The Scotsman. Anyway, we move on. We'll close down some of these windows. Close that one down. We'll see how the poll's down. 90 votes. Let's see how many votes we can get in. It's quite close. Can you see Hatate scoring this weekend? 53% say yes. 47 said no. Ida likes a goal versus the Huns. Yeah, he does that. When's Bernardo back after the international break? Brendan Rodgers said he'll be back after the international break. So it's a couple of weeks ago. So he's looking to be back for the Hearts game at Celtic Park. But as we haven't got the best league in the world, but probably physical. I mean, Hatate wears a gum shield. Yeah. I know. And he doesn't really go in for rough and tumble tackles, does he, Hatate? I never got that. Hatate looks better in the last few weeks. He'll score a screamer. It'll be in the goal fest. It'll be 5-0 for the tick. Philip Clement CFC says, I hope they play Tav in central defence and we play Maida. Like he's stalking him. Bernardo's back running. Yep, Bernardo's back running, and he will be back after the international break. Well, I'm going to say, you must believe me, Big. He's class as well. Who's class? 5-0 Sunday. 5-0 Sunday? Hunskelpin Sunday. It's been a while since we had a proper Hunskelpin Sunday. But I'm not going to get too overly confident. Hope the Real Madrid get bounced out of the Champions League tonight. What is your scoreline? 2-2 in aggregate. Oof, against Atletico. Atletico got beat at the weekend, I'm sure, by Getafe or something. Well, it was somebody terrible. Hopefully they're resting all their players. The Battle of Madrid. I wonder if it's as brutal as a Celtic Rangers game. Real Madrid versus Atletico Madrid. It's like cunt versus cunt, isn't it? Sorry for using the C word. It is. And I could say with great confidence that the majority of the country doesn't like Madrid. Spain's a weird place. It's got 17 different councils that have got the 17 different parliaments that have got 17 different budgets that all stick the finger up to Madrid. It's a fucking brilliant country. Wee Barry's going to need some. I'm not going to say that. I'm off the drink for Lent, but still 5-0. I'll have £5. Lol. Baz watched for red cards or Celtic players or VAR saying no goal. I'm not really worried about referees and VAR this weekend. I think that Celtic know that we need to go out and score and we need to be tight at the back. I mean, Barry Ferguson's going to have them playing. He's going to try and get them playing the way that he did in the 1990s. So the referee will need to be right on it. The referee will need to be right on the game. You know, it's not you can't play football like you did in the 1990s. The modern game just isn't played like that. He will try and get players to cut down Celtic quick. You'll see some horrendous tackles going in. It's a game where you would have loved to have a Scott Brown back in the midfield. Are our midfield up for that kind of fight? If Callum McGregor's not 100% fit, I say no. If he's not 100% fit, Callum McGregor, you don't play him. But we're not going to go down that road tonight. It was just a rumour. I think that Callum McGregor will start. 7-0 Celtic, at least, says Paul Baird. Slip will sort out Cherny and Raskin. Boom. Jeffrey is the type of big player that we're needing in defence. Brother beating on VAR and McLean ref. Oh, God. I'm not worried about who's VAR and ref, to be honest, because let's face it, we need to go out and whatever happens, we need to go out and score more goals than them. And let's face it, they've been absolutely rank rotten in the league. Engels has got a bit of dig about him. He has that, and that's why I think if he plays in Callum McGregor's position, I'm not overly worried if Callum McGregor's not fit. If Celtic are slick, it's 4-1. 4-1. I don't know about 4-1. I think it might be a bit of a tighter game. How many votes we had in that poll? 116. It's 52%, 48. Can you see Hatate scoring this weekend? Was a question that was asked by somebody on the comment section. I think 2 or 1, maybe. The only way we lose is a sending off. There'll not be a sending off. I can't see there being a sending off. If there is a sending off, I think it'll be for Rangers. And I think they'll go and they'll just implode. I think Ferguson, there's more chance Ferguson getting sent. There's a good bet to put on. Barry Ferguson getting sent to the stand. Barry Ferguson losing the plot, getting sent to the stand. 4-1 says Joseph Davison. 3-1 says James. Dan says he's going to go for 2-0, even without Cal Mack. Said that he needs a rest. I mean, is it just, I mean, where's the rumour coming from? Where is the rumour coming from? Notifications. Just see this. And I don't know where you're seeing this nonsense about Calmack being injured, because I can't. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, Michael Stewart. That was a couple of days ago. No, can't see anything. Can't see anything. Baz, Spain is a good Catholic country. It is that. It is that. It is that. I feel cheated being brought up Catholic in Scotland, because the way that they celebrate Catholicism in Spain is just second to none. Second to none. Right, get some of these scores. Paul Baird's going for 7-0. Stephen's going for 4-1. Stephen is going for 2-1. James Jack's going for 3-1. Parkhead Boy's going for 3-0. Wilson QW is going for 5. I don't know where you're getting all these high score lines for. I just can't see it. 3-0, 4-0. Joseph Dayson, an opinionated Glaswegian, 3-0. James Jack, 3-1. Simon Island says he's heading over the weekend. It's going to be savage this weekend. I've got a complete dilemma. Because there is a certain St. Patrick's Day parade starts half an hour before the game starts, which is right outside the pub that I'm hoping to go to watch the game. It's going to be Sunday's going to be mayhem, absolute mayhem for us. Evening Baz, Tony says he's going to be 2-0. This will be Jota's day. 3-0 says Eddie. Super tight game, 1-0. Lorna's going for 3-1. Sean's going for 2-1. Hatate to score. 10 in a row quality. 10 in a row quality. We're a long way off 10 in a row, so I'm not even going to start talking about that yet, even though the fans was on Torrox last Easter. It was amazing. Celtic Church was that name keeps coming up. Joseph, that name keeps coming up. Came up a lot yesterday. Yeah. Nerha's got more Irish. And Nerha, which is just up the road to Torrox, has got a big Irish community there. Just the universe is telling me something. Jim McClatchy is going for 3-1. John's going for 3-1. Has to be Maida on the left. Tavernier has shit himself again. Nah, it's going to be Dyson through the middle. I think 4-2 says Blackie 90. Paul Baird, we're just hoping Celtic give them a hiding. Clowns deserve it, Baz. Yeah, I think that we do. No de vivos Franco. Oh dear. I don't think it's a state religion Catholic like Italy. Yes, it is. It is. Yeah. It's as very much a state religious as Italy. Tarv is crying himself thinking Jota or Maida that he's going to be up against. Yeah, it is that, isn't it? Anyway, tell me about it. Derry are playing Mayo at 1:30 on Sunday. Jesus. Right, I'm going to finish up the poll. It is at 150 votes. Nice round number. I'm going to hate to go down to the pub at that time anyway. I'm going to have to go to the pub dead early. P&L says he doesn't think so. Doesn't think Spain is as Catholic as Italy. Well, I live here, so I'd say I'd say they were on equal terms. Equal terms. Willie thinks that Tav's going to get. Yep. Evening trips for Fergie Park, says Rambo. That score. Right, tell me in the comments section who do you think will be first goal scorer on Sunday for Celtic. Celtic can't get beat off a team managed by the wee Ned. Absolutely no chance. Right, you've got me like 5 more minutes. So we're going to the pub, but yeah, we're going to the pub. If you're down in Cabaroig, yep, go to the pub. 1% Engels share as usual. Angels share as usual, yeah. The Angel share gets every time. 47%. From 48 goes down to 47%. YouTube likes its little... after hearing Brendan speak about IPOC's game, everyone will be fired up. Going to be a goal fest. The boys will be hunting, so it's good night. The rankers. Kuhn first goal, Jota first goal, Kuhn first goal. Nota, says James. Most certainly isn't Catholic as Italy, says Paul Beards. Well, just saying. It's funny because you all put it down to the fact that you've maybe been to a really... You need to go to the small towns and small villages. At Christmas here, the town of Aston has a parade from the church for right through the whole of December, every single night a parade from one church to the other, and it's different level stuff, completely different level. No one watching Italy. No, there's none in Spain either. Well, there is up in Benidorm, but that's fucking just, it's not even a walk, it's just they stand outside a pub in Benidorm. It's quite embarrassing. But they're paying their taxes. They're paying all their beer taxes to the Catholic monarch. It's brilliant. Anyway, Casper last minute to win the game. Calmac to score, our captain, ain't letting anyone down on Sunday, Stephen says, even though there's some people saying that Calmac may be injured. Who's scoring a hat-trick, says Delboy. I think if anyone was going to score a hat-trick, I think that it is going to be a Dyson Maida hat-trick. Dyson Maida hat-trick. Oh, Paul said it is the same as Italy. Oh, he did say that. Oh, well, there you go. I'm not reading it right. It's the comments are coming through that fast and I'm reading 2 different screens. What's the football score? Still 1-0. Interesting. Half time, it's 1-0. And still can't find anything. Naranja walk past. Yeah, I just seen that, Paul. Sorry. Apologies. I just seen that. Yeah, I think it is anyway. Benidorm should be pulled in. It shouldn't actually, because there's only one tiny little bit. People think of Benidorm and they think it's this big British area, but there's only one tiny bit of Benidorm that's British. And that's the bit that gets all the bad press. It's quite funny. Because you go to the other side of Benidorm and it's completely Spanish. It's a completely different resort. No Brits, it's a total Spanish resort. You know, you've got that bit of rock splitting it and it's completely bizarre. Francis Murphy says he would be happy with 2-0. I'd be happy with 2-0 as well. Caspar to curl in a 25-yarder when we're already 3-0 up. Yeah, I think there's nothing registering tonight. I need to get a drink. Anyway, Benidorm's like Blackpool. It's nothing like Blackpool. It's worse. And it's not, it's only, like I said, James, it's only 2 streets. It's like 3 streets. And that's basically Benidorm into one. When I hear Benidorm, I think of the show Overly Tanned Granny on a Scooter. It's still like that. There's still overly tanned grannies and scooters. Fucking hundreds of them. Pulled down the British part then. Yeah, listen, I don't want to get into this conversation, but there was a guy who owns a big hotel chain in the area, and during COVID, he was buying up all the empty British bars. He wants to turn that into a 5-star resort and get rid of the British sector altogether. Santa Provo's Irish. Yeah, Santa Provo's Irish. So is Cabo Roy, where I'm going this weekend. There's going to be last year there was 15,000 people at the St. Patrick's Day parade, which made it the biggest in mainland Europe. Before anybody says anything, it was the biggest in mainland Europe, and what a day it was! Spain lost faith when Franco passed away. I can understand what he's saying there, Francis, because he did use the church in a special way, and it did lose a little bit of faith. But there was an interesting article that I've read about Franco the other day. It was interesting, to say the least. And I want to watch the game in Paddy's Point one day. It says something today. There's a lot. Paddy's Point's a fantastic pub. But it's not a Celtic pub, it's more a Liverpool pub, to be honest. They only put up Celtic flags on Celtic game day. You've got the likes of the Hoops Bar, and the thing is, in this area, you've got Paddy's Point Celtic Supporters Club, you've got Guardamar number 1 CSC, you've got Albaterra Celtic Supporters Club, you've got the Fergus McCann CSC up in Alicante. You've got but there's another new one started down Lasagna way. I've forgotten the name of it now. So that's 5 in the space around about half hour between each other. There's thousands of us over here, thousands. Never been a Spanish Pope. I don't think there was. Anyway, right, that is us done and dusted for this evening. Stick to the Maldives, Lorna. Classy enough for you. Yeah. Anyway, it's the English, but it's fucking clowns. Yeah, I know. I only got up to Benidorm if I need to work. That's about it. Scottish and Irish Pope would be cool. There's never going to be a Scottish Pope, that's for sure. That's for sure. More chance of being an Irish Pope than a Scottish Pope. Anyway, that's me been on for 52 minutes tonight, a bit longer than normal. There's been over 2,000 people who have watched the video so far, which is good for a Wednesday night. Cracking for a Wednesday night. The breaking news tonight was the fact that Mathias Kvistgaarden could be available to Celtic for going to Santa Provo when the cup is... do you know what? I could get a flight over there. I could get a flight over there for about 30 quid return, and I'm thinking about doing it for when the cup final's on. I might do it. But anyway, that's a different talk for a different day. Anyway, you've totally lost me on that one because I'm reading the comments. Yes, Mathias Kvistgaarden could be coming to Celtic this summer. He's been a long-term target for Celtic. He was put off by his parent club, who wanted 14.5 million for him in the last transfer window. That number is vastly reduced because there's a clause in his contract that says that he can be released for between 8 and 10 million pounds this summer, which explains why Celtic didn't rush through the deal in the winter transfer window. Brendan Rodgers has put a 20 million pound price tag on the head of Cameron Carter-Vickers as he wants to keep Cameron Carter-Vickers. I think that he will be a player that does stay as the majority of the team. When I think it comes to the transfer window, I think there's only going to be one player out of the first team 11 that will leave this summer. Anyway, make sure you join me for tomorrow morning, and we'll with any morning news as it is coming through, Celtic related. And on that note, have an absolutely fantastic evening. Michael Collins, CSC in Barcelona. And on that note, have an absolutely fantastic evening, Celtic fans. Baz, do it, Charlie and the boys are on the same night. Now you've really got me thinking. Bob Malloy of Castle Milk. Oh my goodness, Jesus, my throat's going. Have a fantastic evening wherever you are, Celtic fans all around the world.